Okie. Hi Cachuano, how are you, man? Today it's my rehearsal for the tomorrow's presentation on how to use technology. It's weird because even though I'm talking about technology and how to use technology, I myself am not sharing very well the video using technology, so I don't know. I know some tools, but I don't have the time to prepare these tools for the YouTube video, right? So this will be for the presentation that I'm gonna do. So this will be in a big screen. It's gonna be great. I have this to pass the materials and everything. So it's gonna be nice. Well, I will save 10 minutes of this presentation Patricia will create the WhatsApp group and put everybody in, so they don't have to take copies, and it's gonna wait for me to share technology and to show how I use technology in class. I will ask Google, okay Google, what's on my agenda today? And Google will say what's on my agenda. And you have to present and this and that, and it's going to say don't be nervous, it's going to be a little joke. And after I will send a link of question generator, so the students will have to ask themselves questions while one song is going on. That will take about 3 minutes. The song will play in my mobile using the JBL box, and the music is gonna be selected by the students. So they will say on my telephone, play the artist on Spotify or anything. So this will take about 10 minutes activity between the mentoring, getting sit, and asking the very first questions, and sitting down. And as they sit down, I will ask them, where did they see technology? Where was technology used in this beginning of the class, in these 10 minutes? So they will listen to this and they will say whether the technology can be good or bad, the advantages and disadvantages of technology. They will discuss this in groups for about 3 minutes or 2 minutes or so. Okay, so hi everybody, and my name is Cachuano Moraes. It's an honor to be here today with such an amazing teachers, just as Marcus, Elcio, and others, like well, probably will be Igor Cavalcante's presentation. Right now Elcio is presenting, and you guys chose me. Thank you so much. And today we'll talk about technology, guys. So after you talk, like I said, you guys will talk for about 10 minutes, the beginning of the presentation. I'll ask them, I'll say, guys, always when I present these kind of things, many people do know the tools that you'll be presenting, but the same amount of people that knows is the same amount of people that doesn't know about the tools that we present. So maybe one of the tools will be new, maybe one of the tools will be old, but it's gonna be useful tool for you. I used to have in my cell phone about 600 apps. As you can see, I'm passing in the cell phone because I'm using to recording. As you can see, I still have a lot of apps, so that's one of the reasons that I use Google Assistant, because then I don't have to be searching for the app. So just open and they will say the app. So nowadays we don't have more objects like we used to in the past. Guys, pay attention that this lecture is coming from a person that was a teacher in 1998. When I used this television, and I had to, cover the subtitles. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. So imagine that for me it was hard to get along with technology in the beginning. And when it started, I was like, man, this is gonna steal my job. Let me see what else can I do and everything. But technology is, I have to stop this because I'm not gonna edit this video, guys. Don't edit. See, stop this because you've been even more nervous in the day. I use this technology okay, so imagine in the moment of the presentation that you are doing the YouTube video. So you can't edit to stop the and thinking. I don't know if you guys ever use this. Make some jokes. Ask the people if they done it. This will make you better. Well, so because of that, because of this here, for me it was kind of, I was choosing other job to do because I say, oh guys, technology was still the job of the teachers. But do you guys know what means Google? Do you have somebody knows what means Google? What is Google? Fantastic. So you see, Google is this big number because this is how many sites can appear when you search for Google. So imagine that the students nowadays that are, I would say the minority of students are the self-learners. The majority is still, no, not as disciplined as they should be. So the teacher is more, not only a teacher, is a person guiding these people throughout the use of technology and the use of these tools. So one of my questions is, because in the past, you see, let me play this video, guys, for you. Let me play this video for you guys. If you could see in the past, we had the materials, the things, but as time advance, as time goes by, these materials start becoming apps. So nowadays you have apps for absolutely everything. And if there isn't, let's create one together. So because of this, I see that the students now they have these tools, but they don't have these tools because they don't have. They need somebody to guide them using this. For instance, yesterday I was teaching irregular verbs. I used one app, Open Irregular Verbs. I use this app over here to select them. So in this, so normally they get this impression of amazing and stuff like this. Okay, so interesting. Okay, I would enlarge this, Kachana. I would enlarge this a little bit bigger. It makes it easier for you to visualize. Good. Surely I'm not doing this in the day, right? Nice. I'm using Prezi, by the way. You see, guys, and I'm not talking about Prezi. I'm not mentioning Prezi. So the students, not in this video, but in the presentation, I think the presentation itself talks about technology because I'm using it, right? With this, it's better than PowerPoint. Okay. So, if you search for in the internet technology, do you see this? Let me show you here. I don't know if you'll be able to see in this, in there, 352 million. Hold that number. I put in Portuguese, tecnologia. I search for the word in Portuguese, tecnologia. If I put the same information, my friends, in English, it goes to 5 billion. Much more. So one of the very first questions, and I do this with the students' occupation. I ask them to, okay, what's your occupation? Oh, I'm an engineer, and I put engenharia and engineering, and they see these in their occupation, so they understand the reason why it's necessary to study English. Not only because it's funny, not only because it's necessary, no, because for him, for his job, it's going to be way better. And so, after that, I asked my students, and in the question that I asked the students, I'm going to ask you guys too in here. Is your smartphone? I'm asking one of the people to read the question, right? Okay. 20 minutes of this presentation has passed. Maybe the video is a little shorter, but me stopping, then interacting, better safe than sorry. 20 minutes is said goodbye for me. So, well, when you put your telephone in English, you can use the voice recognition. And if you speak and Google understand, anybody can understand. If you speak and Siri understand, anybody can understand. Put Siri here, Kachana, after, alright? Put Siri in here, because I'm just mentioning the I put black and white now. Because I'm gonna do this as time. iPhone. Does she has an image? It's Strangely, CD doesn't have an image. She doesn't have a logo. CD don't have a logo. Or do you? There is one kind of logo in here I will be using. Good. Can you imagine me doing this, Kachan, in the day of the presentation? It would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Nice. So now for me, CD has a visual. There you go. CD is now visualized. Because I'm much more of an Android guy. Patricia used to have CD. Used to have an iPhone. Gotta confess, I like very much. Some apps is way better. It's a better telephone, but it's very expensive to keep up with the other connections. So for me, as I have the Android, then I have a better visual like this. Nice. See, it's not very good here, but it's gonna do it. It's gonna be okay. Good. I think it's gonna be okay. This is see this logo right here. When you put in English this information, it's different, it's better, you can use, and if you speak to Siri and if you speak to Google and they understand, anyone can understand. If you speak to Siri and Google, they say, sorry, I don't understand, or they put the wrong word, you need to practice a little bit or you're speaking. Did you know, for instance, that Google Tradutor, which is not, in my opinion, not a good tool, but he has a camera and it translates in the camera. When I show this for the students, they go like, "Wow, teacher, your job, you are out of business." But this Google Tradutor, come on, guys. Depending on Google Tradutor, I always have business. Surely I prefer Lingui as a translator, right? I prefer this one. Good. Continue. I think there will be some links that I will be sending while this. I don't know if I will send all at once or if I send after, but there is a link that I separate already in these links in Bill's page because he doesn't use the WhatsApp anymore. So there will be links there for the Lingui or for other things. Spotify list, Kachano. Create one list for Spotify. Okay, so I can create lists on Spotify. I can and share with the students. I can use this and I can use that, and I can use social medias. I can search for people, famous people. I always suggest the students to do that. In Instagram now you have plenty of tools. Ask me a question, quiz. You can. Do I look pretty or not? You can do this. There are many things that you can do in English, or the student can provide in English for you doing that, right? Good, nice. Quizlet and so forth. For example, Netflix. I mentioned previously here the Netflix. Netflix, for instance, there is one tool. Let me show you. It's called the audio description. So there is a person that reads what you're saying.
I'm going to pause this video, and over here on the right side, beside the full screen button, there's an audio button, or an audio menu button. And if you highlight over it, you will see here under audio you have English, and you have English audio description.
Let's see one part. Without the audio description, it's a scene from Daredevil, I believe.
Letters pop out from a white background.
Now with the audio description.
In the middle of flickering pages of Action Comics appears the logo Marvel in bold letters. A man walks cautiously between cars toward an accident, his face searching. Traffic is stopped. Dozens of pedestrians rush to the scene.
Guys, for people who study and start reading books, to practice like this English, it's just awesome. So before we enhance our students' ability, we should rehearse our abilities as well. Nice. In WhatsApp, for instance, you can record. Instead of writing, you can record your voice, and the WhatsApp recognize the commas and dots and periods or an exclamation points. If you speak, he will write it down that, so he's not going to write the exclamation point, he's going to put the exclamation point. So there will be a sentence I will say, I don't know what I will say there, I will improvise something using commas and exclamation points and leaving the group. Nice, right? It's tools. Or you can use the emojis themselves. For instance, this image that I put in the group right now. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think about this image? One will say something, others say something else. Nice, very good. How would you say? What emoji would you put to describe worried? Perfect for a. This would be perfect for an adjective kind of class, wouldn't it? If I have the time, I do one more or two. Okay, but this is taking about 3 minutes. Good. In here, okay, great, fantastic, guys. I always suggest the students to keep up with the news. Nowadays, you can put in your telephones the widgets with the news, the New York Times, BBC News, the Guardian. Guardian has a read it to me, so you can he can read the news for you. The radios in America. In our books, we have the TED Talk, so I motivate the students to follow this in this path. Kacheno, don't edit like you do the other videos. Just put in and send this video for you. It's only for yourself, mostly. And you want to know exactly the time you're taking for this presentation, right? It should be about 40 minutes, because then you have about 20 minutes for anything else, alright? It's gonna be cool. I think the timing here is perfect. Nice. English conversation app. Does someone know? If someone knows, this person will explain what it is. If not, I will present themselves. The link will be in the group as well. Podcasts, VR, audio in 3D, audiobooks. I just vent a little bit about this. Keep up with the timing. Playing with some of my students once, I did it like a YouTube video, for one of my groups. I think it's on YouTube yet. Probably if you look it up, Catiano no Estudio Inglês, you will find this video here to watch. And the students were like, "What, teacher? But you're an English teacher." But what was my idea, friends? That if you are doing this, you are not studying English. You are studying anything in English. You are listening music. You are... And got it. That's the intention, and that was the idea of the video. There we will put some of the video. I think I am supposed to be doing 365 videos this year, but I did it some and I put it there. So look it up. Good. So playing video games. You see, guys, you're not studying English. You are following other things. And if you need to study English, okay, no problem. Use Engage. Do you know what is Engage? Somebody tells. It's another tool. The link is in the group right there, guys. For you guys knowing Engage, one of my suggestions is to use Youglish. It's a searching tool from Google. Let me see if I can show you somebody and send the link. And I'll show an example with something that happened before. This is supposed to be a little bit stand-up, Kachino. Try to put some jokes so you won't be so nervous. And if time allows you, if you see that you still have 10 minutes, Kahoot, and you play. If not, just mention the Kahoots to play a game. Unfortunately, you guys won't play a game because our time is over. Thank you so much. Kisses in your heart for everybody. Take some pictures together. Make sure to take pictures. Take pictures. Popcorn Ninja. And that's it. I think this was the end. This was the end of presentation. Then you can just come back to the put like this. Okay? Using this. Bye, Kachana. Have a great presentation tomorrow. You need to create some things else in here. Just to put. maybe just read again the presentation and change. No, I think it wouldn't change anything in here. No, change anything. Just make sure to put more links and create the Kahoot. The Kahoot creates just like with this visual using 10 questions. Okay, only this. Bye.